So in Talend, this whole program is Java. So if you click on code, you can see all the Java code that gets generated for you on the fly. Now, so the question is, what if one of these components all of a sudden fails and it's in production, and then but you have no idea if it failed or not if you're not looking at the logs that it prints out. So the thing that you need to use is called the T-log catcher, and we'll just search for that. There it is. So double clicking on this, you can see that it's going to catch all Java exceptions if something dies or if there's a warning. Clicking through, you can see that it has a unique name. You can change this. Catch. And what you want to do is make this a separate subjob, not connected to anything. So this will catch all the errors, and then what you can do is log this. T-log row. So this will go over here, and if we go to edit schema, I'm not sure if you can see this part, but this shows all the information that sends back to a log. And now what I'm going to do is I'm only interested in the message and the actual code that's there, which are two of the fields that this new component I put in there called catch all errors does. So what I want this to do is that if there's an error, I want this to send me an email. So I'm going to copy this email component I already have built, and then I'm going to iterate the main output to this mailing component, and it's going to send an email to myself, and it's going to send a message saying here's the error. And this is going to be row 4, and each of those row numbers are actually an object. So you just type row 4 dot and then whatever the field name is in there. I think in Talend they call them structures just because they don't have any methods inside of them other than the basic ones that you inherit from the object class. So looking at this, the field I want is called just message. And then I also want the code that's there. And I'm just doing string.value of everything just to defend against any values that are null, and I don't run into a null pointer exception trying to log an exception. So the row4.code is the name of that field. And I'm finding the field name by just clicking edit schema, and then it shows up the fields in the output on the right side of the schema page. It pops up. And code is actually an integer value, so doing string.value of will convert it to a string for me. So I'm guessing that's the error code, not the actual Java code that's being sent to me. So now I'm going to induce an error, and we'll just put something like put where twice, I guess. That'll be an SQL error for sure. So this should send an email to my email account saying the error message and the code for the error. So I'm going to hit F6 and run this. Should have an exception here, and then you can see it's writing. It caught it here in this subjob right here. This executed when this had an error, and this just sent an email. So here is the message logged to the screen. It's not in a table format, it's just in a basic format. So let me run that again and make it more visible. Save, F6, and then I'll log the exception. And looks like the exception is quite large, kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can increase this window here. So the moment the PID, the root, father, project job. All this information is logged, and the only thing I was interested in was the message and the actual code. So now if I go to my email, you should see it there.